blood cultures with Corynebacterium were dismissed as contaminants. The patient was eventually diagnosed with Corynebacterium endocarditis.
Impromptu rehearsal. What's this?
The outputs.
We're about to find out.
It is Wednesday. I
Think
called
of
for
how much do you think
an extra rehearsal.
worth? The guy behind
We
the
got here,
other side, about
and
$600,
I had to kick the jazz ensemble
My
out.
wife was like, I'll buy it. I'm done.
Sorry,
I
Professor
didn't
Dixon.
even get to look at it.
No, that's how I felt.
There's a ghost.
Yeah, I could do that.
There's a ghost. This is the gang. You're like the omnipotent narrator, all-knowing, unnamed, omnichord. Yep.
Oh, Scott, I never expected you.
All the omnis. The root words like Latin and Greek and such.
Yeah.
Omni is all.
That's how I made my artist name. Prefixes and suffixes, and it's because I took etymology, which is like a fancy class for just learning words.
Yeah. It's pretty cool to know the roots of words. Because then if you don't know a word, you can like
Decipher
figure it. Yeah.
from there.
Okay. I mean, if they're talking about the meanings of words, I'm going to be honest. There's really not that much going on in this episode. I mean, you know, you get the setup. We had an emergency rehearsal. We played the rehearsal. Things happened. We didn't even really take that many videos for this day. So, should probably just move on to the next video.
Right? D would be like maybe? Wait, that's another
Or we could talk about composition. Let's see if I can get this right. Yeah. Here it is. Composition.
Okay, maybe composition is too large and broad a topic to cover in a 10-minute video. Plus, this is the DISEnsemble channel, not the composition channel. Maybe what I really mean is like more like my approach to composition. Sort of like a technique of my musical language or something. Maybe not that. How about composition in the unlikely event you're composing something for a DISEnsemble? I'm not sure exactly when I really started composing music, but one of my earliest memories was telling a friend that I had written a song that I didn't write. That song was Burt Bacharach's There's Always Something There to Remind Me. That's right, I wrote that. But as soon as I became a musician, I started actually messing around with trying to like make my own music. It's something I could not stop doing.
Excuse me. You are listening.
My high school career didn't go very well. When I met these three guys in high school, we created a band called Psycho 78. And I wrote a lot of songs for Psycho 78. In fact, I wrote an entire album's worth of songs for Psycho 78. And I remember it would really bother me if the bass player didn't play the bass line that I wrote and just started making stuff up on his own. That would drive me nuts. But when I say I wrote these songs, I mean like I scribbled these songs out. I didn't have like notation or anything like that. And in hindsight, it's a little rough to be mad at somebody for playing something that you, quote, wrote when you didn't communicate it effectively. Thing number one you need to know how to do if you're going to compose for DISEnsemble, and that is you have to communicate your ideas in some way that people can get it. That could take many forms. It could be standardized Western notation.
1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
It could be some sort of notation you come up with yourself.
All the tape pieces. Yeah, I think that's a good.
It could be just sort of stand there and tell us about it.
Then, on 2, someone with the spirit and fervor of a wolf howls.
You gotta
And
Or it could be something else. I don't know, pictures or something. You could also play it for us and we could get it that way. But I will caution you, the larger the group is, the harder it is for everyone to remember and for more people to understand and have a common vision of what it is. That's why Western music notation works so well and it's so commonly used. It's because once you write it down, people can come back to it a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, and it still makes sense, generally.
Welcome to Brookdale Community College, located on 222 acres in beautiful Lincroft, New Jersey, just 2 miles from Garden State Parkway, exit 109.
Good old Brookdale Community College. Yeah, gonna get my learn on. I took every music class this college offered, and one of them was taught by a man named John Sickle. I said, "So you're a composer?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "So you actually make money at composition?" And he said, "Well, no, nobody makes money at composition." And I immediately thought, well, that's what I'm going to do for a living. I studied with John for 3 years, and he helped me put a portfolio together that allowed me to audition at Butler University. It's a piece I wrote for my dog who had passed away. It's called Canine Requiem, and I'll never play it again. And that's kind of thing number 2 I would like you to know about writing for DISEnsemble, and that is if you're composing for a group like DISEnsemble, and actually if you're composing any music at all, write about stuff that you care about. That doesn't mean that every single thing you write has to be War and Peace, but I mean something should be War and Peace. The music I write is often kind of goofy. The things I'm writing about are not goofy and silly. I think as a composer you can get really into your materials and, like this note going to that note and that thing, and this timbre happening and this timbral shift happening over here. But if it's all much ado about nothing, people are going to figure that out at some point. The semester you're watching, one of these pieces is about Robert Oppenheimer. And that probably has something to do with the movie Oppenheimer, but it's Robert Oppenheimer. That's not a throwaway topic.
That'll be memorable.
It should mean something. You don't even have to tell us what it means, but it should mean something. So I ended up at Butler. I eventually ended up doing a master's degree at the University of Louisville in Kentucky. And ended up doing a PhD in music composition at the University of Iowa. Now, you may have noticed something with these last couple clips. For some reason, beyond my control as a composer, these last 2 clips and were a little more engaging than that third piece that I just played is actually one of the pieces I'm most proudest of as a composer. So it couldn't be that it's just not a good piece. Now, something else you should know if you're writing for DISEnsemble or for any other group for that matter, and this is something that I only started to figure out in around 2009, no matter how good the piece is, no matter how great a composer you are, it's always a little bit more engaging for an audience if there's something visual going on in the piece, something that kind of grabs people's attention. Know what I mean? Now, practically speaking, not all of you are going to be artists that can work in the visual realm. So it makes a lot of sense to partner with people who have these kinds of skills. So DISEnsemble has a lighting engineer, and we often have a video engineer as well.
3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 2, 3.
But for the composer, it's at least important to know it's not always something you can pull off yourself, but it's important to have some kind of visual aspect. It could be as simple as just a conga line in the middle of the piece. So there's a lot more that I could say about composition, but that's probably enough for now. So you all have your homework. Write us a piece. And when you do write us a piece, we'll try and play it. I'm serious. If you email me a piece of music that you have written for DISEnsemble, I will try and play it. You can email it to me right here. Also, at some point in the email, you should say that it's okay if we use it in a future episode of the DISEnsemble show, because we absolutely will.
Faut l'analyser différemment. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3.